What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another week of Pinball FX challenges. So in this video, we're going to talk about the one ball challenge we had on the Son of Zeus table. And then for the next table this week, I figured we'd do Adventureland. Adventureland is another Zen original that it's one of the first ones I started playing when I got into FX3 after being on a long hiatus of not playing any video games. So it's kind of a fun theme, carnival circus theme, very reminiscent of other carnival themes that you might have played on Williams. So it is fun in that sense. But now I just want to talk about some of the things that I noted in my play with Son of Zeus. So I think the biggest thing that I want to kind of talk about that kind of encompasses everything is kind of talk about, mention some actual Greek themed pinball tables. So the first one that I searched was Hercules from Atari, released in 1979. So if you remember, Hercules, the machine was the largest commercial pinball table ever made. And, I mean, it was humongous. It was so big that the pinball, they couldn't actually use a pinball. Instead, they used a cue ball because it was just that big. So it's an interesting table to think about because it never really did well because of a lot of factors. Number one, it was just too big, taking up too much space. And secondly, the gameplay was so slow because it was, so big, right? Whenever you have, even a cue ball, it's going to move a lot slower compared to something a little smaller, just because the size, right? So you have that table from Atari in 1979. I've talked about it before in some of my other videos, but definitely had to mention that. You also have a table from Bali called Medusa, released in 1981. And this table was based off the mythical Gorgon. And so I looked up what Gorgon actually stands for. And it's a monstrous female creature with snakes for hair and a gaze that turns people into stone. So, I'm not I'm not on top of my game when it comes to Greek mythology, but I know Medusa from a game I used to play called Smite. And her main ability would be turning people into stone. So that's a cool table that's based on Greek mythology. There was also, that table, Medusa, also included a voice feature as well. There's also a table that I did not really know about. This one's called Mars, God of War, from Gottlieb in 1981. So I searched this table, and it's not like a crazy popular table, but it produced, I think, at least 1,000 units or so. And so it kind of fits into the Greek mythology because it's the God of War, but it's more like a space because it's Mars, right? So that's one that I'll include. There's also some originals. For example, JP's Wrath of Olympus table that's on VPX. The Titans pinball table from Super Power Up Games is another one. So there's quite a few, and there's probably a lot that I'm missing out, but these are just the ones that I kind of wanted to mention. So aside from Greek-themed pinball tables, there's also been a lot of blockbusters, a lot of movies, the classic Hercules films from 1958 and 1983. I've not seen those, but I did a little research and just wanted to get to know the titles. There's Clash of Titans from 2010, Wrath of the Titans from 2012. There's a popular movie called Troy with Brad Pitt from 2004. Immortals from 2011. The movie called 300, which I did see back all the way in 2006. It's been a long time. I wanted to watch that again, though, but Basically, that movie's about the Battle of Thermopylae in the Greco-Persian War. There's also a sequel to 300 called 300 Rise of an Empire. So there's a lot of movies, even probably a lot of TV shows that are just based on Greek mythology. There's even been some video games, right? Like the one I used to play a lot, Smite. Smite was all about that. It was about, taking gods from different pantheons from across different cultures, like Greece, and playing them in a MOBA, like League of Legends. So I could play as Zeus, Hercules, Apollo, Hades, Poseidon, Athena, Aphrodite, Artemis. The list goes on. There's also the game called Age of Mythology for the PC, the God of War series where you're playing as Kratos, a Spartan warrior battling titans and other gods. I've never played that, but I've heard good things about it. There's a game released in 2020 called Hades, which is like a roguelike action dungeon crawler where you play as a son of Hades trying to escape the underworld. So I have heard of that game. I've watched it being played before, but I've never played it myself. There's also Assassin's Creed Odyssey from 2018. And, Greek culture is something that you kind of learn about. It's much, when I was playing this table, it really reminded me of kind of the table we had on Rome. It kind of looked very similar. And you'll notice that Rome took a lot of things from Greece. So the similarity is kind of uncanny sometimes. But now let's kind of talk about some Greek influence on Western culture, sort of like what we did with the Rome table. Democracy is something that we take from Greek culture. Athenian democracy. Think of Plato and Aristotle. Theater and drama, right, was heavily Greek influenced, like the amphitheater. Playwrights including Sophocles, Euripides, concepts of fate, justice, human flaws, and hubris, right? Even modern Western theater and film continues to use a lot of the things like plot structure, archetypes, and narratives that goes all the way back to Greek drama. So a lot of things that we enjoy today is got their start in Greek culture. Philosophy, one of my favorites. A lot of the great Greek philosophers, Socrates, who invented the Socratic method, reason, individualism, the quest for truth, modern medicine, Hippocrates, father of medicine, the Hippocratic Oath. So there's a lot of things you can kind of think about that we've gotten, where Western culture has borrowed ideas from the Greeks and the Romans and just kind of moved it over to a different part of the world, right? Even the Olympics, right? You can't forget the Olympics, right? And I'm sure you could think of other examples, but I don't want to make this a history lesson. Just wanted to touch on some things there. But let's go on now. Let's move on to talking about this table. Now, I always like this table, but most of the playtime I had with the Son of Zeus was on FX3, and this was before they added in the realistic physics. So now that Pinball FX has added in the realistic physics, the Son of Zeus seems more like a complete table, where everything, like all shots are are earned instead of just given. And that was the biggest kind of difference between the normal physics that you see in FX3 and the realistic physics / Williams physics, is that you just kind of felt like you didn't earn those shots, like they were just kind of given. And so playing this table on realistic physics has kind of given me a better appreciation for the Son of Zeus. It's actually a really cool table. I mean, it's got a lot of neat things. What I like about it is how it kind of incorporates Greek mythology into the table itself. So you have a lower play field, the underworld, where you can get there by spelling Hades, who was the god of the underworld. Then you have pop-up monsters, the heads of Cerberus, who was like the gate guardian of the underworld, right? The three-headed dog. You also have this volcano structure with like this volcano god coming out of it, which is really cool. You have a lot of columns, like Greek columns. This concept of collecting the gods. You also have the Medusa structure that pops up from the playfield and tries to turn the pinball into stone, and you have to avoid its gaze, right? Just a really cool table that does well with the theme. You've got like, aside from collecting gods, you have that skill shot, which is a nice one, where you're hitting these moving drop targets. You got a multi-ball. You have some pretty cool mortal awards where you spell mortal. I got like a lot of points by one of those awards. I got like 6 million points from the mortal awards called the heroic score. There's a Mount Olympus multi-ball, brawl multi-ball. But the dialogue is also really good. The dialogue, as you play, you can hear Hercules, and I think, what's her name? Hera? I think that's who's talking. So there's like an ongoing dialogue there. And I can't help but think of Smite, because Hera is also a playable character in Smite. And now there's a Smite 2, which I haven't played, but, I knew my Smite, my experience with Smite would come in handy one day, right? So yeah, but I think the table, in terms of difficulty, was pretty difficult for one ball. And so I'm kind of like, I don't know, it's just like, I couldn't play the table. I had to like, I really had to focus, like, or else because the drain down the middle, hitting a slingshot would just drain in the out lanes. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to say about that. And I hope you like Son of Zeus. And it's kind of crazy that we've played a lot of Zen Originals now. We've worked through a lot. And now let's look at the scores here. So we had a closed tournament, and our first place goes to Urko 1945. My friend Urko, the EM master, 55 million. Huge congratulations to Urko for that score. Urko has been in first in one of our tournaments, or two, I can't remember which ones, but it's nice to see him in first. He's not usually the one in first, so that's why I like to see his name in first. So congratulations to you, Urko, for that awesome score right there for a one ball, which is crazy. Second place, Gapvik with 48 million points. Congratulations to Gapvik. Very close there, 48 and 55 million. It may not seem close, but it is pretty close when you think about it. Third place, King Balchi 100 with 31 million, who I thought was going to forfeit this tournament, but here he is. So congratulations to you, King Balchi, in third place with 31 million. In fourth place, we have Genuines with 21 million points. Good to see Genuines back. Fifth place, we have a newcomer, $2 chocolate bar with 17 million points. I can't help but think about Willy Wonka when I think about chocolate bars. So there's that. In sixth place, we have Bad Jack Daniels with 15 million points. Very close scores here, even between fourth, fifth, and sixth. In seventh place, we have Carpy Sun with 10 million points. I played in Carpy Sun's tournament. I think he was hosting a, what was it? Was it a Pacific Rim tournament? I think that's what it was. A distance challenge one. So that was cool. Eighth place, Johnny Sev with 5 million points. In ninth place, we have Wombat in a Hat with 5 million as well. Look how close that is, 100,000 there. I came in 10th with 4 million points. And in 11th place, we have UDD 4000 with 4 million. So very close scores in the lower tier there. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for playing this week's tournament. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do an open tournament on Adventureland. So we've done a lot of, think about it. We've worked through a lot of the Zen originals. We did this, we did Sorceress, we did Excalibur, we did Epic, we did Samurai, we did Curse of the Mummy, we did Noir, we did Sky Pirates, Pasha, yes, we did Rome, Zeus, Castle Storm. So we're getting through it. But now we're going to do Adventureland. So public, it's going to be a one-ball challenge. Unlimited players, unlimited attempts, 6 days. 6 days, unlimited players, 1 ball, public. So here we are. No need to worry about attempts or practicing. So the ID is right here, and I'm gonna give it a go here. It's been a while since I've played this table, honestly. I don't think I've played it with realistic physics either. Alright. Okay, shoot the aim me sinkhole to make a skill shot. Okay, wait, aim me sinkhole. Oh my gosh. My only gripe with this table is it's just got a lot of colors. Like, the artwork is kind of distracting. You know? On some tables, it's like doable, but this one, I feel like it's really hard to tell apart the pinball, you know? Okay, that was a warm-up. Look, I'm even distracted by the background, the cotton candy and the slushy. Okay, let's go again here.
Welcome to Adventureland.
I see the aim me, but where is the... I don't know. Then you have like those hands moving on the slingshots. Like, this table is pretty trippy, honestly. Then you have the mime. It's like... Is that a monkey as a mime? Like a monkey mime? I like that thing though. I like the roller coaster loops. Okay, let's be a little careful here. Gotta play it safe. Okay, just going for anything. You have combo shots, loop, twin loop. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh, jeez. Okay, come on now. One more time here. I leveled up. That's a win, right? Level 57.
Welcome to Adventureland. Next time.
Oh, look at the bumper cars. Actually, there's a lot of things on this table I never really noticed until like now. Because I think the graphics update on FX. Ooh. 30 more for a blast off bonus. Come on now. Oh my gosh. Oh jeez, man.
See you next time.
Well, guys, I'm gonna keep it there. Look at that, the pinball on the roller coaster. I'm gonna keep it there because I can play a lot more throughout the week, but I just wanted to get this video out there and not delay it. Hope you guys have fun, enjoy it, and thanks for watching. Until next time, catch you guys later.